All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Right? And as you can see, the lesson is titled "Be Fervent in Spirit or Get Replaced." And it's a topic that needs to be, constantly pushed out, especially because of the times that we're in right now. Us being in the last days of time, and actually, we seeing all these prophecies come to pass. This is the time where you actually want to kick and rev up your spirit, start pushing out more lessons, right? Even though we should have been doing this the whole time, right? But brothers, if you haven't been, this is your time, right? Go ahead, rev up your spirit, do the work of the Lord, constantly go to camp, make videos, making sure you're studying, making sure you're getting breakdowns and memorizing scriptures and all that, right? Whatever it is that you need to do to get closer with the Most High and increase your spirit, right? Because a time is coming where you're not gonna have videos, right? Where the Lord is gonna take us off the highways and byways. He's gonna shut down the internet, right? Now and then what you have done up to that point that's what you did. You see what I'm saying? So how will you feel if tomorrow the Lord took all that down, took us off the highways and byways, took down the YouTube or all that, right? Do you feel like you did everything that you could do, or do you feel like you had a fervent spirit with pushing this truth, or were you just, you know, going through the motions? You see what I'm saying? Were you just, lollygagging, had your hands in your pockets, being lukewarm essentially, man, right? And the Most High, everybody, we know this script, but, it has to constantly be pushed out, all right? Revelations 3 and 16. So then, right? It's like a 3 and 15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou were cold or hot. So the Most High was like, He would that we were cold, all the way on the left hand side, just doing straight wickedness and working, be workers of iniquity, or hot, being all the way on the right hand side, doing the work of the Lord, being fervent in spirit, being hot for this truth. You know what I mean? Pushing the truth to the four corners of the earth, right? Feeding the flock, constantly increasing in spirit, letting your spirit wax stronger and stronger on a consistent basis, right? Constantly praying, fasting, doing all the things that please the Heavenly Father, right? Having faith in Him, right? Verse 16. So then, because thou art lukewarm, right? So you're not hot nor cold, you're right in the middle. And neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth, right? So the Most High, He's gonna spew all lukewarm men and women out of this truth, man. Especially the men, right? Because it's your job to go ahead and push this truth and push this vibration out to the four corners of the earth so that way you and the rest of your people can get up out of here, man. So that way it can be the end of Esau's rulership, right? And if you don't want to do that, then you must want to stay here. You must be comfortable here, right? You must actually like it here. Like our forefathers, said to Moses in the wilderness, man, why'd you bring us out here to die, man? Right? We should have just stayed in Egypt, the land of milk and honey, right? So, if you're not being fervent for this truth, man, being fervent in spirit and pushing this truth, right? Like the Most High commands us to do, then you must want to stay here, right? Yeah, and if you're not doing those things, man, then what's going to happen is eventually, year after year, if you're not bearing fruit, right? Like the parable of the fig tree, right? What's going to happen is year after year, if you're not bearing fruit, eventually what's going to happen is you're going to be cut down, right? You're going to be taken out of this truth, and then you're going to be replaced, right? And let me show you that in the book of Acts, man. All right, Acts chapter 1, verse 20. For it is written in the book of Psalms, let his habitation be desolate, and let no man dwell therein. And his bishopric let another man take. Right? So your job, right, as a priest or prophet or as a teacher, right, is going to be taken. Your spirit is going to be taken, right? Whatever your job was, whatever your gift was in this body is going to be taken, and then it's going to be given unto another. You see what I'm saying? That's why you constantly got new brothers coming in the truth on a consistent basis, right? You know, and even down where I'm at in Philly, right? Many new brothers coming in, and I'm impressed. I'm impressed with these new brothers. Like they really looking diligent, fervent in spirit, really hot for this thing, right? Now, a lot of new people, they come in to go ahead and what? Replace you old cats, right? Now, when I say old cats, I'm not just talking about older in age. I'm just talking about that been in the truth for a little bit. You become lazy. You become slothful servants, right? You become wicked servants, right? Because you're not about pushing this truth no more, right? You don't delight in pushing the Most High's word to the four corners of the earth, right? So then what happens is the Most High takes that spirit from you and gives it into another man, right? And we also know that in the parable of talents, right? So when the cat with one talent, right, buried his talent in the ground and then try to make double on it or make good of it, right? What did that master do? What did the Lord do? He took that talent and then gave it into another that was doing better with his own talents, right? So that's another thing that could happen, right? He could take the responsibility that you have and then give it unto somebody who's already doing more with his own responsibility, and then he could take on a little bit more. You see what I'm saying? So that's the point. Now let me get it in Psalms, where it is that the book of Acts is actually quoting, right? So let me get that for you. I believe it's Psalms 109. 8. Right, kind. So it says, Psalms 109 and 8. Let his days be few, and let another take his office, right? So your days are going to be few in this truth if you're not coming in and pushing this truth out with a fervent spirit, man. The scriptures is clearly telling you, right? Right? And this is the word of the Most High. So this is the Most High telling you, if you're not fervent in spirit, you're a slacker, you're a sloffer, you're a slacker, or you lazy, right? You're not about really pushing the work and truth and sincerity, man. With a hot and sincere spirit, what's gonna happen is you're gonna be replaced, man. And it ain't gonna be good for you because you came into this thing, right? You made a vow to the Most High that you were gonna push this truth out, and then you didn't make good on your vow, man. So now what's gonna happen is, right? Your state is going to be even worse than it was before you even came in this thing. So back when you was in the world, the punishment you would have got for being a wicked worldly guy, right? Your punishment for coming into this truth, for not finishing your race, right? Not counting the cost, right? It's going to be worse than what it was if you would have just stayed out of this thing, man. Right? You didn't even pick your hand up to put it on the plow. But now you look back. The Lord does not take delight in slothful or wicked servants, man. And that's what you are if you're not serious about pushing this truth. All right, let me get that for you. Proverbs 10 and 26. Proverbs 10 and 26. As vinegar to the teeth, right? So when you put vinegar in your mouth, it's real sour. It burns, it's nasty, right? Right? You don't delight in vinegar in your mouth. As smoke to the eye, and as smoke to the eye. So when anybody who ever got smoke in the eyes or was cooking, or just any like had a fire in the house, something, whatever, right? And they got smoke in their eyes, right? Or if somebody's smoking a cigarette and they blow the smoke in your eyes, it don't feel good, right? So it's to the sluggard, to them that send him, right? So who sends us to and ordains us to be priests, prophets, and teachers, right? Out on these highways and byways into the nation of Israel, right? The Most High, He sends us. He ordained us, right, that we should bring forth fruit, right? So just as vinegar is to the teeth, which is very distasteful, you don't delight in it. I know I don't. Smoke is to the eyes. I don't like people smoking in my eyes, blowing the smoke and putting it in my eyes, right? I don't like being cooking over a fire, right? And then I'm getting all the smoke in my eyes. I don't delight in that. Neither does the Lord delight with a sluggard, right? You see what I'm saying? Somebody who's not trying to push this truth, somebody who's not fervent in spirit. And when you see these things, right, all throughout the scriptures, we can go to a million scriptures, right? And you can see how the Lord does not delight in this. You not being like he was merciful upon you, right, to give you this truth. Think about the billions of people in this world, right? There's billions of people in this world. Now, all the heathens, right? You're an Israelite, right? So out of all the heathens that are heathens, And then think about you being an Israelite, right? You could have, the Most High, if he wanted to, he could have made you one of those heathens, but he didn't, right? He decided to make you an Israelite, one of his chosen people. So be thankful in that. And now, even out of his own chosen people, he even has a chosen, right? The 144,000, right? So, and what's the 144? What are the 144 going to have? That pure knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures. So if you have a pure knowledge, wisdom, or understanding in the scriptures right now, you should be thankful, right? Because you may just well be one of the 144, right? But not if you give up. So you should be thankful that you have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? And then be thankful for something, right? You should go ahead and show that one who gave you something that you really are thankful. Well, how do you show him that, man? You go out on the highways and byways. You do what you told, man. Right? How does a child show that he's thankful for what his parents do to him? Right? And how they treat him and how they take care of him. He listens to what they say. Right? And then in return, the parents say, I'm proud of my son. I'm proud of my daughter. They listen to me. They're good children, man. They follow my instruction. These are the same things that the Lord is saying to us, right? So you don't want to be that sluggard, man. You don't want to be that guy that's like vinegar to the teeth or smoke in the eyes, right? So is the sluggard, right? To the Most High. You don't want to be that sluggard, man. Especially if you see these scriptures now telling you that you shouldn't be this way. Because when you learn this truth, man, when you learn this truth, it gets you so pumped up, right? It gets you pumped up and it gives you strength. This is something that we should really be thankful for because ever since I've been in this truth, man, I've never been more stronger in my life, man. I am so thankful for the Most High waking me up. First and foremost, making me an Israelite. I'm thankful I'm an Israelite, man. And how do I show my thanks? By not giving up no matter what is brought upon me, right? Now, I'm not saying that I want all these things being brought upon me. No, I'm not saying that. But whatever the Lord bring upon me, I know I have to be, I have to take it cheerfully. I got to continue to do what He tells me to do because this is the working of my faith. This is Him trying me to see if I'm gold or not. So I got to endure through that, right? Let me read this. Proverbs 10 and 29. The way of the Lord is strength to the upright, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. So you're a worker of iniquity, man, if you're not trying to push this truth, man, because essentially you got your people out here being lied to, bamboozled and tricked, right? And all these different wayward doctrines. Now, inevitably, it's up to the Most High who's going to come to the faith and who's not. But the point is, right, you don't know. So you should be doing everything in your power, right? Right? To go out on the highways and byways and teach your people or feed the flock, man. Right? Because the way of the Lord is strength to the upright. This is strength to me, man. I can't reiterate it enough. I have never been more stronger in my life. Now I'm not talking about physical strength. I'm talking about mental and spiritual, man. That internal stuff. That's where it's really at. Because you can have the big giant muscles, the 8-12 pack, right? You could smush niggas' heads in, punch on niggas real hard. But if you got that strength on the inside, can't nothing break you, man. And what I mean by that is having the Holy Spirit in you. Because if the Most High is fighting for you, right, they can't nothing stand against you, man. You should take solace in that. Now, I'm going to just grab a couple more precepts. Right now, in fact, let me grab that joint about the talent. Matthew 25. All right. Just so I could just reiterate that point that, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, what's required of you, then you will be replaced, man. Matthew 25 and 24. Then he which had received the one talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. The Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gathered where I have not strawed. Right? Maybe I'm John to verse 28. Take therefore the talent from him and give it unto him which have 10 talents, right? For unto every one that hath shall be given, and he shall have an abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even that which he hath. So look, man, and, and it's like, let me read verse 32. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So if you're unprofitable, if you're an unprofitable servant, you're going to be cast into outer darkness, right? Now, also, who's going to be cast into outer darkness? The wicked of our people, right? So you're going to get the same type of judgment. Matter of fact, let me hold off on that, right? I'm going to get First Samuel 2:9. But the point is, right? If you're not faithful with the things that you have, right? And doing what you're supposed to do for the Lord, He's going to take your office, your talent, whatever it is that your job or your role was in this body, and He's going to give it to another. Now, how do you feel, right? If your moms they buy you a toy when you were a young boy, right? And she take that toy and say, you know what, you wasn't being good in school. Hey, I'm gonna give this toy to your brother because he has straight A's. Now you're gonna be stuck, man. You're gonna be salty. You got that salty face on. He take your mom and your dad take your Xbox when you know how when you 13, right? 12, 13, your Xbox, your PlayStation, man, that joint was everything. You know, you can't play the 2K no more Madden, no more Dragon Ball Z, none of that. She take all that, Mom Dukes, take all that and give it to your big brother or your little brother. Why? Especially your little brother. But he take all that and then give it into somebody else that's doing better with what they with who's doing better with what he has, man. Right? So that's the same with the Lord, man. Right? And let me just reiterate on that again. Right? It says, he said, verse 25, the boy made an excuse. He said, and I was afraid and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there has thou, lo, there thou hast that is thine. Man, this old English be killing me. But the point is, right? So many people make excuses why they can't do this work. Oh man, I gotta do this. Oh yeah, man, something came up with the rib, this and that. I ain't got no will. I can't do that, man. Listen, if you really serious about doing this work, brothers will pick you up. You can catch the bus down. You could do something, man. You feel what I'm saying? You could link up with a bro. Some way, somehow, the Lord will make a way for you. But it's the fact that you don't have the desire to do the Lord's work. You don't care about the Most High. Because if you cared about him, you would do what he tell you to do, man. It's just as plain and simple as that. And if you don't care about the Most High, then man, he gonna cast you out anyway, right? And when it really come down to it, he gonna take you out, man, and he gonna cast you into that outer darkness. So, man, listen. All I'm saying is, I'm exhorting you, Akim and Akwatim, whoever listening, come and serve the Lord with a fervent spirit, man. For you sisters, man, be good wives to your husbands, mothers to your children, right? Make sure you pray, make sure you fast, making sure you're studying. Because it's really, it's not your job to go out there on the highways and byways like us brothers. And for you brothers, man, be diligent. Make sure you studying, making sure you teaching and feeding the flock. Don't waste the talent that you've been getting, that you've been given. Don't just sit on it, right? And not do nothing with it. Double it up, bro. Double it up. Just like if you got money, Jake is so wise with money, right? Like here, he make I make a dollar and a half out of 15 cents, right? Like something like that. You know what I'm talking about. But the point is, right? If you got that mindset to double up your bread, why not do the same thing for the Most High? And it's all about putting your time in, right? So make sure you stay diligent. Make sure you put your time in for the Most High, right? By reading, studying, praying consistently on a daily basis, multiple times a day. Try, right? Do that, right? Fast. Make sure you're on the highways and byways teaching, making videos. These are the things that you want to do to have a diligent and fervent spirit. And I mean, beg the Most High, pray to Him, and ask Him to say, Yahweh, Baba Kasha, give me that fervent spirit. By Hashem, Yahweh Shah Hamashiach, you know? So, Yahweh, give me that fervent spirit. Baba Kasha, please give me that fervent spirit in the name of Yahweh Shah, the anointed, man. The anointed, man. So, you definitely want to be asking for that, man. Because in the times we in now, if you ain't got a fervent spirit, they kick up and rev up that spirit and make it and let it wax stronger and stronger and to push this truth to the four corners of the earth, man, then it just might not be in you, you know? And if that's the case, then the expectation is wrath, man. So with that, man, for you Akim, Nagwathim, hopefully you were exhorted, right, and edified and pumped up in the spirit, man, right? And if you're doing those things that's like that are contrary to what has been said in like in this video, meaning being a sluggard and things like that, if you're doing things contrary to that, so meaning you are doing things with a fervent spirit, then all power, all praises to the Most High for that, man. And may you continue and that faithful and diligent spirit. But if you're not and it hit home and if the shoe fit, I'm not gonna tell you to wear it, man. I'm telling you right now, take it off and find another shoe, man. You see what I'm saying? Find a better shoe. Take that shoe off. So with that, man, I'm gonna say Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shabbat Rakatah. Shalom.